Okay, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm Advetica.eth. I'm one of the core members here of the eStaker community. Today we have this wonderful, wonderful opportunity to celebrate the ENS DAO and their 1 year anniversary. We have a bunch of people here today. I will not individually introduce everybody because that would take too long, but eStaker, why don't you sign off, give everyone a little wave from the eStaker community. Any ENS DAO members, contributors, fans, wave. Let's see where you're at. Show your. There we go. All right, we've got let's see some people from POAP, I believe, too. Also, I think Team POAP. Where are we at? All right, here we go. So today we have a lot of exciting things. We're here, by and large, obviously, to celebrate the ENS DAO and their 1 year anniversary. We have lots of special guests that will let us know exactly what's been going on with the DAO, what's to come next with the DAO, what's been produced by the DAO. And we also have a lot of exciting prizes. I believe we're going to do some ENS name giveaways and a lot of alpha leaks as well. So to dive in and expound on all of those things, I'm going to give that over to Slowbo and take it away.
Great. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Thanks for EatStaker community for hosting this call and POAP for supporting us to create this wonderful paint party. We are here to celebrate the 1 year anniversary of the DAO, which happened, surprise, surprise, a year ago. Just on this call alone, we have 26 participants, more people streaming and watching it on YouTube. So love all the support, love all the excitement. We have many different projects because in the end, ENS is about naming things and everybody needs a name. So I'm pretty sure that literally everything in the Ethereum community benefits from Ethereum name service and ENS. That's what we're celebrating, is the fact that we can name all the things, we can do it trustfully without a VC-backed company due to excellent stewardship and leadership of the ENS Labs team and now the DAO. We're going to be going through a couple of announcements, a kind of state of ENS, and that's going to get started with ENS's founder, Nick.eth. So I'm going to just hand over the call and let him do all the talking and tell us where the state of ENS is. So let me know if you're able to host or if you need anything else, Nick.
Thank you. Are you able to let me share my screen? Thank you.
Great.
Nick, you're muted. Not sure if you're trying to say anything, but you're muted.
Curse you, Zoom. As soon as I share my screen, it mutes me. Fake. I could have made it through the entire presentation and nobody would have said anything. So it's been a year. It feels like it's blown by. We started with the airdrop and the ratification of the Constitution. And we had 80,000 odd people sign it, resulting in things like this beautiful artifact here. And we've got a lot done. We've had over 30 proposals pass on chain. In fact, I was summing up votes for some stats, and I believe it's more like 60 or 70 actual votes between on-chain and off-chain votes. Over 11,000 on-chain voters, so people directly voting, and nearly 60,000 people who have delegated to a voter who has voted. Over 800 monthly active users in the DAO on the forums, 3 working groups, and several active grant programs. And I wanted to highlight a couple of those. One of which is the small grants program, which is now on round 3. where the public goods and the ecosystem working groups put up 5 to 10 prizes of 1 ETH each to help incubate new projects in both ENS and the wider ecosystem. And this, I think, has been wildly successful. It's resulted in us building our own equivalent to Noun's prop house that is also open source. And if somebody can drop the name of the person who built that, I'm afraid it's momentarily slipping my mind. And I think it's a good way for people to get stuff kickstarted. You know, I think a lot of the problem with getting stuff going is just that little first nudge to get things moving. Another highlight is how the DAO has been helping with public goods funding, and this ranges from scales large to small, from a 200,000 ENS token grant to the Protocol Guild, to 169,000 matching pool for Gitcoin, to funding and developing better governance tools for DAOs, such as this Discord plugin built by the Karma team to give better insight into forum participants' track records as delegates. In the last quarter, the DAO gave out over $400,000 in internal DAO projects and ecosystem grants. The DAO's also resulted in more community participation in the core protocol. One major success story is Rafi's work on improving ENS's normalization functions. Historically, we've relied on a standard called UTS-46 from the DNS world, but Rafi's work will harmonize how we handle emoji and other Unicode characters, and recognizing the unique needs of ENS names. And that is actually all I had to say about the DAO. Sorry. I've been super impressed with the velocity and the the level of excitement we've seen, and just the level of actual meaningful participation. This hasn't been a rubber stamp exercise, on governing ENS, and nor has it been some sort of like eternal community bike shedding with no actual progress. We've actually managed to launch a DAO where participation is meaningful and valuable and makes the ENS and the whole ENS ecosystem better. And I'm incredibly proud of that. Back to you, Slobo.
Awesome. Thank you for that. It just shows that Nick covered like a fraction of all the things that have going on. There's so many different projects, so many different contributors. Many of those contributors are on this call, and not everybody's even going to have a chance to speak, because if we had that, this would literally be 8 hours long, and then people would they would stay, they would watch, but then they would be tired and potentially mad at me. And I don't want that to happen either. So for folks that are joining the Zoom call, I basically mute anyone who comes in just to make sure we kind of keep the sound level down to a minimal. I think this is a good time to check how the canvas is developing. This is a paint party after all. So what's the best way to do that? I know maybe JT, I kind of saw it in the background on your side. I don't know if you can do that.
Yeah, hold on one second. I'm busy putting pixels down, man. I got work to do.
No, I know. Like
a lot of heavy lifting over here.
Yeah, those pixels aren't going to place this out.
How can you all participate? Good moment to show us how to do that.
I feel like it's not working for me. Oh, there it is. Okay.
All right, there we go. How's that? So, yeah, our team's trying to get the loudest one on here. We'll see if that see if we don't get taken down by my friend Yembo over here to the left of us here. But yeah, I'm gonna zoom out. Wow, rocket pool. Wow. Let's see. I've got how do I get the grabby thing to do the recentering here? Here we go. Let me try it this way. I only do graphic stuff for a living. Don't hold it against me.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks good.
And I just placed it. So anyone who for those that are joining this call, anyone who connects can place a pixel any color you like. If you hold the right POAPs, instead of having like a 5 or 8 second cooldown, you'll have almost no cooldown, and you can kind of compete. You can see that it's been open for 11 minutes and it's starting to fill up. So the wars are going to get started. But I thought that was a little nice interlude here.
I do just want to point out that you can right click a pixel to match its color so you can quickly coordinate with your friends. But yeah, I'm gonna have to mute myself.
I'll say that again. You can right click the pixel to get the color you want.
Yeah, and to see
that's
who placed it as
that's
well.
the alpha that I've needed for so long. I've
Wow.
done like so many paint parties. You can do that? That's amazing.
It's such a nice feature. Yeah.
Interesting.
For those
So
watching the
right
live
click.
stream that want to participate, the link to that canvas is in the YouTube video description. Just click it and it'll take you right there.
This is like maybe the second one of these I've ever actually been able to drop pixels in because I'm always the fat talking head. This is so great.
Yeah, you can chill a little bit, Superfish. This is great. It's awesome to have you here. And with that transition, we're gonna hear from Dom from ENS Labs, who I'm gonna let him introduce himself. So if you can't present, let us know, and we'll give you the ability to present.
I can't present. While we do that, I'll introduce myself. So I'm Dom. I'm fairly new to ENS Labs. I think I've been with it about 4 months now. I joined as the product designer. So I'm focusing heavily on the V3 launch, which is coming soon. Hang on, whoop, I think I can share now. Cool, I think that's working. So I'm focused pretty heavily on V3, but I'm also just doing generally design around the places that need design. But I wanted to give a bit of an update on the V3 design philosophy. I think it's not specifically DAO related, but I think it's useful context for what we're building, why we're building it, where we want to go in the future. So a very quick recap. If you don't know, we are working on the V3 Alpha. So that's the V3 of the Manager app. There's a lot of new stuff in here. It's a complete redesign. It's got a new design language. It's got a lot of new features. It's much better on mobile. Like the performance is improved. We're grouping transactions so that things cost generally less for common patterns. All of this good stuff. It is currently live in alpha at alpha.ens.domains on Girly. So go there and have a play with it and let me know if you find any bugs. But I just wanted to start with what is a design philosophy. So I think it's better to say what a design philosophy isn't upfront. So it's not a design system. It's not a style guide. It's not the aesthetics. It's not the illustrations. It's not the pretty visuals. We do have a very nice design system called Thorin, which I'm going to shamelessly plug right now. But that's not what the philosophy is. That's the design system. What the design philosophy is how we think about our users, how we support them, how we understand who they are, how we provide for them and solve the problems. It's not a style guide. It's not the aesthetics. It's not the illustrations. It's not the pretty visuals. Whoop, I'm getting a very big echo. A very nice design system called Thorin, which I'm going to shamelessly plug right now. Cool. So our approach to design philosophy, certainly my approach in the V3 Alpha, a big part is thinking about ENS as an on-ramp to a growing Web3. So we have this lovely screenshot of the CBIDs. So when you create a wallet with a Coinbase wallet, you get an ENS name. It's not entirely apparent that it's an ENS name all the time, but it is an ENS name. This is a really important pattern that I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of. As new people come to Web3 and crypto in general, there's a very good chance that ENS names are going to be one of the very first things they own, that they purchase, that they interact with, that they update, that they do all the fun things of Web3 with. We're also very well positioned in the sense that we're a pretty obvious use case for a lot of people that's non-financial. A lot of non-technical people will understand the use case of ENS very quickly. So we need to be thinking of ENS as an on-ramp to these new users. And with these new users, they're going to be bringing in new expectations, new experiences, backgrounds, understandings, goals, aspirations, all of that sort of stuff. And while we are very much still in the early adopter phase of crypto in general, these new users are going to still be less technical than I think most people here at the moment. We are lowering that bar as an industry for the technical requirements to get into the industry. I think we can still assume that there's some technical understanding, but it is definitely starting to to reduce a bit. To that point, we really want to educate to users, not obfuscate complexity. So this is a really tough balancing act. But I think what you see quite often is that applications will simplify to the point that they add complexity for the experienced and technical users. This is something we don't want to do. We want to accommodate less technical users while not standing in the way of more technical users. And the way we do this is by not dumbing the app down. Instead, we want to educate the users. So we see it as the opportunity to start teaching people about Web3, start teaching them about all the sort of unique things about Web3 that you don't encounter on Web2. Why is there a transaction? What does that mean? What does that do? All of that sort of stuff. Really, we can raise the standard of Web3 by raising the understanding of the Web3 users. So really, we don't want to hide a lot of the complexity. We just want to explain it really well so that they're on board with it. And more importantly, they understand the benefit of it. Like there's a lot of benefits in Web3 that aren't necessarily apparent when you come to it with a Web2 mindset. A lot of what we're trying to do, a lot of the ways we're trying to do that is by accommodating different use cases. So not everyone is going to come to ENS with the same goals, or to Web3 for that matter, but particularly ENS. And because they have different goals, they're going to want to use different features in the manager app. It's important to us that we don't stand in people's way. So we want to make it easier for people to navigate to the features they want, or more importantly, to navigate past the features they want. So we're trying to design our flows focused on the solutions and the goals of the user, rather than necessarily what we want them to do. And on the left here, I have a really, really, really narrow view of part of the new registration flow, where we are checking to see if the user has a primary name set when registering a new name. If they do have a primary name set, we assume that they probably don't need to set up a profile right now. So we give them the option to skip it. If they don't have a primary name set, we assume they probably want to set it as a primary name, and they probably want to set up a profile, because these are common behavior patterns. So we're trying to put in those pathways for different use cases. We also want to create a foundation for growth. ENS has a lot of growing. Like we have a lot of ideas for plans in the future. There's a lot of stuff we want to put in the app that we haven't put in yet. And we need to give ourselves the room to grow. I think it's really important that users don't come to the manager app and see it as like in construction, under maintenance sort of application. It should feel finished, it should feel complete, it should feel functional. But we also need to make sure that there's that room to grow. And I think a really important part about that room to grow is that we don't always know where ENS is going to grow into. Like the most interesting and exciting use cases come out of the DAO, they come out of the community, they come from people using it. So it can be really hard as a designer to predict what users want to do with the application. And so we have to stay agnostic to a lot of those use cases a lot of the time, which is really challenging, but it's a really important design philosophy to accommodate for. And then we're doing all of this by, I guess I've written avoid assumptions here, but it's more like acknowledge assumptions. So it's very difficult sometimes to empathize with less technical users. It's hard to know what you don't. It's hard to know what you don't know, sort of thing. And it's hard to predict what less technical users don't know. So for that reason, we tend to make assumptions about what people do or don't know, and how correct they are is kind of irrelevant. So rather than just like leaning into those assumptions, what we want to do is we want to use those assumptions as opportunities for learning. So we want to understand our audience and our users through research, and we want to improve the app through experimentation and data. And those assumptions are always the best place to start. Where we know we're making an assumption, that's where we know we should begin researching. So on the left here, I have a couple examples of some research we've started doing. You can see I've got heat maps of the new registration flow. I've got questions around technical literacy. I plan to be doing a lot more of these soon. You can see I occasionally tweet these out. So if you want to participate in them, they are usually public. If you want to participate in them, keep an eye on the Twitter. And that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a lot of other smaller pieces, but these are kind of the big pieces. And just to quickly recap, so we want to design for a wider and increasingly less technical audience without alienating the existing audience. We want to educate users instead of dumbing the app down, which I think is super important. We want to meet users where they are by solving their problems and acknowledging their goals. We want to give ourselves room to evolve as the community evolves. And we want to use research and data to validate our work wherever we can, and wherever we can should be everywhere. Cool. Thank you.
Just amazing. That was great detail. This is how much thought goes into building. There you go. Like that's how much thought goes into all these different aspects, especially with Web3. It's easy to become an expert and then forget to have empathy for the new users. So I'm always like excited to see how the usability of all this stuff just keeps getting better, easier, and more thought out. And it's not just a whim thing. There's like research behind it. But again, I'm going to push it back to the paint party. Maybe Superfizz, I don't know. Now I can't even keep track. There's like 40 people.
What's up?
There we go.
I'm here.
Yeah, shill the paint party because
I'm loving the paint party. So the link, I'm guessing it's going to be in the YouTube comments. If you can't find the link, it's app.poap.art. And then all of these words separated by hyphens, happy-birthday-ens-dao-paint-party. Woo! You'll get into the paint party, and it looks like it's happening. So the lattice one from Grid Plus I see proudly displayed. I see a Rocket Pool logo that I'm loving. I see Git POAP. A lot of ENS DAO. I see Woman, Life, Freedom, Cardenas, and I don't know what Cardenas means, but I'm liking the vibe there.
The ENS DAO needs help on that centerpiece.
Oh yeah, so I got to say, one of the we ought to focus on the purpose of being here, and that really is to celebrate ENS DAO. So if you look in the center of the piece, you'll see an ENS DAO logo. If you don't know exactly what to do, kind of follow what other people are doing. I do see a heart and a Ukraine flag, and those just probably need to get moved to a different part of the canvas so that we can make the centerpiece of the canvas the ENS DAO. But yeah, it's coming together. It looks great. There's some kind of interesting QR over in the lower right. Logic Beach, what do you think that is? He's muted, but he's talking.
Hey, wait. Did you mention me?
I did. I'm curious about this QR in the lower right corner. You seem to be a guy who knows a lot about QR codes.
It's actually not a QR, but that's the only hint that I'll give.
What if I gave a hint? I happen to have insider information that is one of Logic Beach's puzzles.
That's right.
So if you can figure it out, yes, Mario will get a coin for you.
But I'll describe the prize. I have one of my LogicBot NFTs in there, and also 0.25 ETH for the first person that solves that puzzle.
Wow.
Did you say 0.25 ETH?
Yeah, and I might need to add some more.
So that's almost like $8.
It's about $100, isn't it? Yeah.
Almost.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you.
It is so important, though. We need everyone to prioritize this ENS DAO logo because as we create these, as we take it away, while we want to see involvement from the community, it's most important that this canvas represents the reason that we're here. So pour some energy into that ENS DAO logo. Where can they see a template for that logo?
The POAP.art Discord channel, right in ENS Centerpiece Guild. And actually Nixo just posted that in that channel. Yeah, that's the best place to find it because it's like a pixel perfect reference image that people can use, even with guides. I don't know how we can share it here. Maybe JT, are you in that Discord? I can send it to you real fast. 1 minute.
I love this. Somebody spoofed on Git POAP and made it Git Poop, which I think is absolutely hilarious. Who can tell me how long will the canvas remain open? Maybe we've said that and I missed it.
The canvas is open about 2 hours.
Okay.
For the duration of the call.
Awesome, great. It's looking good. the best thing about these canvases is after they fill in, they get people begin to vie for positioning. And kind of as I said, the most important.
Eagerly defending the POAP logo that's happening just underneath the gods thing.
Okay, I got God. Oh, yeah, there's a very important POAP logo. I see the nifty chat logo going on.
All right, you can see the ENS DAO image that it's supposed to be at tinyurl.com/ENS logo.
Ooh, very cool. What is this on the far right? On the right of the lattice one, there's a circle logo. What is that?
That's some good friends of mine over from they call themselves Adventure Friends. You guys have probably met the guy Oops.eth that wears a Pikachu costume and hands out POAPs.
Yeah,
so he's pretty big into the banana community, and they love POAP. So yeah, I extended an invitation to them, and they're here in force.
Very
and
cool.
if he wasn't traveling, he would be here. I think he's literally on a plane. So
yeah, he said he'd be on a plane for this, sadly.
Awesome. So yeah, it looks like we are making good progress cleaning up that ENS DAO logo. But the final result should really showcase that logo and then any others that are well developed. And that's sort of the intended outcome. And I know we'll get there. Hi, Woe. Sorry, I see Woe down here. I love seeing people that Burrs is here.
It should also be mentioned, if you see on Twitter that somebody's claiming to airdrop 150 ENS per pixel, it's all lies.
Yeah, that there's no airdrop whatsoever.
There's no airdrop for doing anything today.
I was gonna troll and say that it's only 100 ENS per pixel.
Oh my god!
I don't want to get.
This is how rumors start.
That's how I start rumors.
But you know what we do have?
We have pizzas. We have 300 hamburgers. Many French fries.
We got all that.
Every word there. I also just want to point out that it's been less than 30 minutes and there's been 37,000 pixels placed, which is almost 1,500 pixels per minute, which kind of like blows my mind that that's the coordination and all this art is already created. The canvas is basically filled and now the fight to make it better and cleaner is on. So I think that was like great. And I think it's nice that the pixel party continues. But I also think I'm going to keep moving on our agenda, which we have the folks from ETH Limo, which is one of the projects that ENS helped fund. We gave them over $60,000 in funding for what they're doing. And I'm not going to say what it is because I think it'll be better for them to talk about it. So I don't know which one of you, whether it's Sid Mead is going to be talking or
it'll be me.
Okay, it's gonna be you. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, well, thanks for the opportunity to speak here. You have to forgive me. I'm getting over a really bad head cold, so I've felt like I've been underwater for the last couple of days. But yeah, so we're ETH.limo. In a nutshell, we provide ENS domain resolution in a browser for D websites. And so a D website in this context would be any kind of static asset that can be served over IPFS, Arweave, Swarm, formerly Skynet. I don't think that's operational anymore, but we package all of that up, go request it, and deliver it back in the browser, and then do some caching and optimization and things like that. So for future users, it's pretty quick and snappy performant experience for everybody. We don't log IP addresses or any kind of other privacy revealing information. This is supposed to be an open public good. We don't really care what you're doing with it, and we don't want to know that information either. We've been very fortunate, as Alex mentioned, that the ENS DAO has given us some substantial grant funding to continue to operate this in development. And we've put a lot of hard work into it over the last couple of months since we've been working with them and the Ethereum Foundation. So back in July of this year, we actually kind of re-released a version 2 of our environment that's a little more scalable, has cross-chain interoperability support, so you can use resolvers that are on layer 2s and other things. And we just recently finally got emoji support for names. So that's something that a lot of people have been asking about. So if you've got, smiley faces and stuff like that, I sound like such a older millennial now for not knowing the names of all these things. But if you've got those in the names, you can access those, resolve them. It will decode in the browser down to puny codes. You'll see like XN hyphen something. That's just the way that browsers normalize that stuff. So don't worry about it. We do return a header behind the scenes if you're interested in inspecting that, so that you can actually see what the puny code name is that we end up resolving. If there's ever a concern that you're being phished or something like that, that's been a pretty well-known attack, just even with Web 2 domains. It's just something I thought would be a good PSA for people to be aware of. There are a lot of characters out there from different alphabets and things like this that can look similar to the English counterpart, but in reality, it's actually a completely different name. And so that's one way that a lot of people can get easily deceived. But that aside, you may have seen us in the ENS Domains Manager app. We're the default URL resolver. So if you come in there and enter a content hash and set that up and everything, it's going to spit out a limo URL. So we have the kind of most robust support for all of the different storage layers that are out there for this, and as well as subdomains. So if you've got ENS domain that has many subdomains, we'll automatically retrieve certificates for you and issue those and do it all transparently behind the scenes. You don't have to worry about that. And the cool thing about Limo is that it's, we really like the fact that it's driving, a significant amount of adoption for new users getting into not just ENS, but D websites in general. You don't have to have specialized client or browser that can natively talk this stuff. So it gives you real URLs that you can use and share and send around to people. And we hope that that continues to bring more users on as they see that there's a robust community and suite of tools out there to facilitate a lot of this stuff. And so that's what we've been working on. And I should mention as well, so if you don't have a content hash record set, but you do want to have some sort of ENS social profile presence, we have partnered with the team at NIMI. I don't know if they're on this call or not, but great group of guys. And we'll basically render a dynamic profile for you so that any POAPs and things like this that you may have, or other social identifiers that you've attached to your ENS name, we'll be able to render all of that up in a nice page. And then if you want to, you can go and actually deploy a full-fledged NIMI site. So moving forward, though, some of the things that we've got in motion. So we're working on kind of a refactoring on some of the infrastructure as well to make it a little more performant in a global sense. And then we've also taken this time to really get a lot of good feedback from the community in terms of some of the challenges that not just developers, but also projects and DAOs specifically face when they want to have some sort of a D website presence. How do they manage that? How do they do deployments? Kind of all the tooling and the tool sets that you may take for granted that exist kind of in a more Web 2 or centralized world. There's a big opportunity to provide some of that stuff in the space. And so we've been working on getting a lot of that feedback and putting together into an actionable plan. We'll have some features coming out very soon that I'll elaborate more on as the time comes. But additionally, we're also working on how we can make it more accessible for users that want to run either Limo gateways or any other type of Web 2 to Web 3 bridge infrastructure in a more decentralized fashion. There are obviously a lot of layers and challenges there, given kind of the nature of IP block space and DNS names and all of the stuff that you would have to do to be able to connect to that stuff. And so we're working on kind of packaging and putting all of that together in a very easy to digest framework so that anybody can actually start participating in doing this. And that's really all I've got. My head is killing me. So I thank you for the time, guys, and hope you have a great afternoon.
Awesome. That was amazing. And for those that want to just check it out, like if you've never seen it, you can go to ETH.limo and learn more. They have a lot of details. They have some details on their website. And for those that are watching the stream, you can go to vitalik.eth.limo and it's going to resolve to his blog. And that's part of the power that Limo provides for any ETH name. And like he was saying, if you haven't set it up and you just bought an ETH name, it will automatically resolve to your NIMI profile. And this is the kind of Lego blocks of what the ENS DAO is trying to support. We started with the names. We received revenue from folks purchasing names, and then we supported different projects that then are adding, I know this is kind of trite, but like the utility of the ecosystem, but in a real sense versus the fake utility that you might have gotten very comfortable with in the traditional Web3 world. It's kind of weird to say traditional Web3 world.
I was going to say traditional Web3 world. I remember before like DNS names were a thing, you had this thing, right? You had to jump on the Skynet. You had to climb onto the bulletin board system.
Wait, you did that? You were a BBSer?
Yeah, briefly.
We should have been on the same BBSs, except it would have been long distance dialing.
You would have actually known how to do it.
Hey, Logic Beach, I'm looking at this canvas and I'm feeling some trepidation about the ENS DAO logo. What can we do to pull it together? He said, wait 1 second while he unmutes.
Sorry, I had to move a couple windows over to find my Zoom window. I've been playing around with this.
His modem was lagging.
Yeah, it's low baud rate.
300 baud? Yeah, sorry.
I'm looking at it too. I'm thinking. I don't want to use cheat codes.
No, you don't have to, but if you can give some audio guidance about what people can do to support it.
So it looks like okay, I'm pulling up the reference image now. Honestly, something on the right top wing is sort of too far left. It looks like people are already cleaning that up. There's a dark blue area that's already being cleaned.
So the best thing they can do is go to the reference image and spec from there what they can do to improve the main logo. I haven't actually pulled up the reference image myself.
Yeah,
I got
it's
right there,
thrown around in various chats.
Just to say it again, tinyurl.com/ENS logo.
That's really cool.
I know, right?
I've never heard anyone do that before, but that's amazing.
Well, all right. What a slow news day. Okay, thank you so much.
What a slow news day. Superfizz, it's good to see you on these calls again. You took a little bit of much needed time off after the merge. It looks like you became a horticulturist, and congrats to you.
Is that backdrop still? That's my I'm not doing the merge call backdrop. This is in honor of David Hoffman.
Oh yes,
that was from that podcast, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And I was like, I need something normal. But yeah, I'm so glad to be back. I wasn't sure how excited I would be to get back in the swing of things, but the Ethereum community is so rich and vibrant. Like it took like a day for me to be totally sucked in and in love with what I do. So this is the best place to be.
Yeah, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, this is great, and I'm happy that we have you here to kind of support. And I'm just amazed how much of the space has already been filled in, and as we're fighting for the supremacy of the ENS logo, that's pretty great. And like folks who are listening in, if you have like, this is I think part of it is going to be having a little bit of structure. But if you want to jump in and say something, just go ahead. There's like 40 of us on the call. I think we can all kind of behave enough to talk about whatever, because in the end this is a party, or I'm trying to make it like a little bit of a party, and go from there.
So first of all, clearly there's some people cheating here, because I think that Rocket is protected by bots. There's you click in 1 second, someone is defending the robot. There's no way, there's no cheat codes happening there.
I would say it's definitely protected by bots. Yeah, no doubt. That's okay. It is what it is. The big idea of POAP.art is it does not discriminate against bots. There is a bot, well, I'm not gonna say by Rami Rond available, but you can play it either way. You can play it organically or you can play it with a bot, but neither is really wrong.
Yeah, it's a permissionless system. If someone wants to write a bot for it, which the person that did the most common POAP bot floating around right now, or POAP.art bot rather, I mean, he just accessed the API and wrote some JavaScript, and there it is. It's it's extremely efficient. It's kind of fascinating, really, and you kind of have options to make it look organic or not. But yeah, I am a fan of bots, but I like to see organic things where possible. I'll admit that there's no way I could put the black and white dots in the correct places for that puzzle on the bottom right. There's no way I could do that. So that is a bot, and I'll say that shamelessly. I'm using a robot to draw a robot.
So what are the hints on the puzzle? I want to touch on this puzzle because I'm super intrigued and it's just not standing out to me.
Sure.
It's never going to stand out to you. His puzzles are like level 79. And so where it looks like, oh, a couple of dots, it's one of those things that like a team of 10 people will spend 15 hours to solve it and then do like a 3-day take apart video. Is that right?
I feel like that's a little bit lofty.
I think I caught it. I think I caught the hint, actually.
Let me simplify it by saying I can't do it, but I'm not the brightest guy. Maybe.
I'll just say I have in the past been really unable to guess at how hard it's going to be to solve. I mean, this idea took me about 2 hours from the idea concept to the image in the end. But I don't think it'll take that long to solve. I think if you knew what to do, you could solve it in 20 minutes. It's a brute force type thing. I guess that's some alpha, a little bit of a hint.
The prototype you showed me was much easier. I understood the prototype.
Yeah, and I thought it was too easy. I was like, oh, that's someone will do that in like 10 minutes. That's way too easy. And I wanted to have the prize be at least, some ETH. So I wanted to make it worth. I think the ETH prize is worth more than the amount of time that you have to solve it. And if it's taking you too much time, I don't know, share it with some friends that you think are clever.
$6 is not a lot of time, my friend. You said it was 0.25 ETH, right?
Yeah. Is that what's happening in the background of this call? I haven't reloaded my beacon chain page, but now we're good.
Are we?
Yeah, today's been a regular day. It's fine.
It's all good. Normal.
I get excited.
We're really close to going negative issuance right now.
That's because the price is low.
I had debated bringing this up, but so after the ENS call, ETHStaker has worked with ultrasound.money, and we plan to host a ultrasound.money call when ETH issuance goes negative. So if you look at ultrasound.money, you'll see that in probably an hour, the ETH issuance will go negative, and so we will host another call of a different kind of celebration after this, maybe in an hour or two, or who knows when, but that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that graph, we sort of teased negative issuance since the merge last week. I didn't expect today. I started to think we're going to start going back up. Hopefully you guys can visualize the graph I'm talking about. Maybe JT could pull it up in his background. It's ultrasound.money.
I'm not sure more.
I'm just looking at
today.
I'm looking at peak performance of the FTT token right here.
Does this mean we should distribute the 5K POAP as well? Is that the writing on the wall? I feel like it's going to happen all today.
What am I looking at? Ultrasound.money?
I also want to talk about Logic Beach actually is a big fan of bots. And the reason you know that is he actually has some artwork called Logic Bots. So when he's talking about that he's pro bots, he's kind of a bot maxi. So we should just keep that in mind.
I'm proud owner
that
of
being
some
said,
of those babies.
I don't have Twitter bots. I don't have an army of bots. I don't have anything like that. I'm actually a pretty poor programmer. So I've been reduced to drawing them.
They're so good, dude. Don't undersell it.
I appreciate the robot love. Thanks, guys.
I literally wake up every day to stalk these Logic bots. They make me so happy. They're
good.
probably one of my top highlights of Ethereum right now.
It's a good meditation, and it's a good thing, like a healthy thing for me to do, because I've mentioned this a few different times, but it's a habit stacking mechanism, because I build my morning around this. Like, it slowly became a thing that I build my morning around, and I started like having a more consistent exercise schedule and stuff. But enough about those. I didn't want you guys to talk about that. I'm not trying to shill my drawings.
No,
don't worry, we'll shill for you.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That's how it works.
I have
Jeremiah can shill and I'll bid.
Yeah, I can't ever beat your. This is one of my favorites. Looking at the maple leaf, and I use my ENS name to pay for these.
I put some fall leaves on my node for this event. I was hoping to spice up my background a little bit. I was thinking about your robot.
Love it.
Yeah, I think Alex, did you have something you wanted to say?
Yeah, so I will probably need to drop the call soon. So I just wanted to let you all know, since we are all making announcements today. So we are going to, like, Public Goods is going to do a scholarship program, which we are very proud of.
Awesome.
And we welcome nominations. So the way this is going to work is that to celebrate the DAO's anniversary, we're going to select 6 people who have contributed to the community, but are whose work are not, I would say, undervalued. And we, like, you can nominate anyone, and we will all vote on the ENS grants program. And those 6 people will get a stream of $1,000 per month over a year. So that's mainly a stream of $12,000 over a year, just to help them keep doing what they're doing. And that's the way I hope to see some good nominations coming in.
What system are you using to stream?
We haven't. I think we're probably going to use Sablier.
Yeah,
I think
I love
Sablier
Sablier.
is very good. Yeah.
I think that's a great way to encourage people to continue contributing or learning over the long term, is just to set up a cash stream for them and say, like, as long as you're doing this, we're going to keep that stream going. I think someone here, I won't name them, but I set up a stream for them to get started, and it seems to have worked out really well in the long run. So yeah, it's a great initiative. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah, I'm big fan of streams, and I actually hope that this sort of like becomes a thing, right? Where we can, like, next year we can just figure out who, like, of those streams deserves to be renewed for another year, and maybe increase that and get more people in. I think it would be a lovely way to get people that can say, look, I work for this DAO, right? The DAO streams money directly for me, and that's how it works.
I love it when a plan comes together.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And yeah, we're all excited to support. And I think these are just a handful of projects that we've been able to fund and support. And Alex as a steward has been very helpful, and all the other stewards have been like, this doesn't happen by magic. There's just a lot of work and coordination that goes around in the background between various members of the team. And I think the other thing I kind of want to bring in is that as more people are building on top of Ethereum and on top of ENS, we need a way to kind of track contributions and track, who's actually doing the work without it always being kind of almost like a social. Because, like, I know that, for example, Greg built ENS Ferry, and I know that, and other folks might know that, but it's hard for people to realize that. And I think there are different companies that are trying to solve it. So maybe Colfax can talk a little bit about what his company does.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, super excited to be here. I am working on a company called POAP, which is actually building on top of the POAP protocol. And I know many folks here are already familiar with or familiar with POAP at least. But a quick intro on that. I actually still see Isabel here. Isabel, do you want to talk about POAP for a quick second?
Oh, I absolutely do. Colfax, there's nothing more I love than talking about POAP, so maybe I'll do that a bit. So here at POAP, I guess we feel a lot of sympathy with the folks that at ENS DAO and everything that you guys are doing. And I think towards the beginning of the call, I heard someone, I think it was Alex, say 2 things that really resonated closely with me. The first thing maybe was around the design principles that ENS is built upon, this idea of, like, viewing ENS as something that is an on-ramp for most users in Web3. And the second thing that resonated a lot was something around ENS naming things being something that humanity fundamentally wants to do. At POAP, we look at what we do at POAP actually as also kind of meeting those 2 requirements, which is why we wind up having such close sympathies with the people on this call, which is that minting collectibles to represent their life's most precious moments is something that humanity fundamentally has been doing at some level since the beginning of time, right? At first, we started writing stories. Well, actually, first we started telling stories. Then we started writing them down. Then we started taking pictures. Then we put them on the internet. And now we're kind of moving to, I think, the next phase of this idea of preservation of memories, with the idea of actually tokenizing those same moments that we're capturing and that we've been hoarding forever. And giving them to people in a way that is truly theirs, in a way that is, that leverages these nice qualities that blockchains give us of perfect provenance and immutability and all the other stuff. And actually interoperability too, which is, I guess, what Colfax is going to tell you guys about. POAP, the way that we look at it today, is first of all as collectibles that represent your life's most precious moments. Second of all, as a protocol and a platform that allow people sharing the same vision, the same mission in life to connect and more closely coordinate on things that they care about. So Colfax, I guess that was a brief intro on what we do at POAP, which is mainly minting POAPs, and I'll pass it over to you.
Yes, thank you. That was super helpful. And so in terms of like being an ecosystem for preserving memories and sort of celebrating life's amazing moments, we at POAP are building on top of POAP and extending that and focusing specifically on collaborative efforts and projects that people are working on together. And so what we've done at the early stages is built a platform for people to be able to mint and earn Git POAPs, which are POAPs under the hood, representing their software contributions to different projects. So talking about just supporting the ecosystem and supporting projects that sort of allowing, oh, nice, JT, I see your background. Heck yeah, we did a Git POAP representing and celebrating everybody who contributed to the merge recently. So extending very far from protocol developers to researchers all the way to community folks. Many people here on this call actually are eligible for or already hold this Git POAP. And so yeah, the idea is using POAP as a tool to celebrate collaborative efforts and like work that people are doing together to build this ecosystem. And we're doing that by building a tool to allow maintainers of software projects to unite their communities and create these POAPs that will represent all the hard work that everybody's doing. Because this stuff doesn't happen, as Alex was saying, it doesn't happen in a vacuum. It doesn't happen on its own. And this is a lot of hard work that people are putting in to create and sort of build the infrastructure around what the future of Ethereum is going to be. And we want to be able to provide a simple tool to help people celebrate these moments and offer recognition for all the hard work that people are doing.
Boom, boom, boom.
Amazing.
Amazing. I love that. Thanks for POAP. Thanks for Git POAP. I gotta like notice something. I'm seeing Spence and he's got a really sick hat on. Where did you get this hat? And like where'd you get? Yeah, like what happened, man? Where'd you get this hat? It's even got the little logo. It's even got the logo on the side.
Beautiful embroidered ENS logo on the side, right? If only there was a merch shop that the ENS DAO had where folks could go and order their customized hats. Thanks for the intro. So that was there we go, some applause. Git POAP's a tough act to follow, but we're going to talk real quickly about the merch store. We also have Tomo on here. Tomo's from General Magic. General Magic has been the company that's been building this store. So one of the things that the community's been asking for so long is for the DAO to have a merch store that folks can order their merch with their names on it. Took us a little while to get things squared away. The General Magic team has built it. We can show it off to everyone. As of today, right now, you can go order your hat at ensmerchshop.xyz. So we're going to show this too. Is it easier for someone who is sharing their screen just to pull that up? There we go. Thank you, JT. Look at that. That is the official ENS merch store launching right now with a customized hat. Tomo's wearing his hat too. Do you want to talk to us a little bit about what it's like to go to the store and order your hat?
So let's see if he manages to buy the hat. So you're going to be one of the first people to buy a hat. Actually.
No kidding?
Yeah. And there's a limit. So, well, I don't want to break it.
So all I got to do is sign that message on the lattice and I'm in, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is a not so shameless plug, but I'm going to hit approve on that smart contract right there.
do it. One of the things that was so important to us was to make sure that we used a connection and a signature mechanism to ensure you have ownership or control that name. Tomo, what's the store pulling from to determine which names now JT gets in this drop down?
So you probably own a bunch of names, but we will only show the names that you control, and you can set any controller for any other address if you want account to be the controller of your names that you own. So this means that you can have some names in your cold storage, but you put the controller to be the hot wallet. And these names are the ones that you can actually choose and buy the domain with. Now, let's see, do you have some, okay, can you go back to the merge? So it does show you, okay, the
I can go back.
quality. I can't read the name actually, but yeah, I see you managed to add it to your cart. And
yeah, jtnickel.eth, $30,
okay. Yeah.
estimated delivery, and then I hit add to cart.
Yeah.
Add it to my bag, and then I view cart, and then what I do here is I dox myself in front of thousands of people. And then you can come to my house with your $5 wrench and take this hat from me. But wait, don't try it because I got a $6 wrench right here. Okay.
You could sure order it to a PO box or something if that was concerned. You can pay with crypto, right, Tomo?
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
But you still have to provide the shipping info. So
yeah, I'm gonna change
off stream.
There, I'll keep you confused with my background.
Yeah.
Tomo, any restrictions globally, anything like that, or can anyone go to the site and order a hat?
So you have to own ENS domain, and it has to be a clear, or it cannot be longer than 13 characters, excluding the .eth. This is just because otherwise it will be very small and it will serve no purpose. And the other limitation is you cannot put your poop emoji name on it if you own it. You can only have normal text characters. So this is the only limitation. So if you don't see your name, you know that it's normal text, you know it's shorter than 13 letters, then probably you're not the controller of it. You should set it to the proper account that you connected with. But that's it. Order it now, and you will get it in this week or the next week, depending on where you live. So awesome. I think it's really high quality. It has ENS logo on both sides. So this is why it's a bit more expensive. And it has, and all of this is embroidered, so it's not like something you can scratch off, or it's not printed. So it's actually very good. I used it to already hiking, in field work, on the farm and everything, and it falls very good.
So Tomo, why is it called ENS Merch Shop and not ENS Hat Shop? Can you help me understand that?
Yeah, so we will bring more merch to the shop. So this is the first item that we are selling. And in future, there will be some special drops that we will include on the shop. And we are hoping that this shop will also become more useful, not to just sell some merch that we come up with, but we also wonder if and want the community to join us with ideas on what they want to see next and how they want this merch to be interactive. So yeah, just hit us up with your ideas, and Coltron will create an announcement post on the forum where you can also join with the discussions, and let us know what you think.
This is great, and this is exactly the kind of projects, the ENS DAO has been, helping get off the ground, because it's not easy, and I will have to say that Spence 5pence.eth has been instrumental of coordinating. Basically, I would say that I've done personally this is kind of part of the ecosystem, but I've done almost no work, and this kind of magically just showed up and it worked. And I was told, go order a hat. And then, a week or two later, I got a hat, and that was great. And I think a few other folks had the exact same experience. So appreciate everybody, and they've been.
Yeah, thanks, Spence.
Yeah, Spence has been great.
General Magic did all the work. Hey, Tomo, is this initial launch limited to a certain number of hats?
Yeah, so only the first 1,000 will be able to order a hat. So, you know, guys, if you want it, don't wait too long.
Go get it. Yeah. And the plan here is for Tomo and the General Magic team to really build out a true native Web3 store, really push the limits. And this is a store that's funded by the DAO. Just so everybody knows, the price points were set up to not generate profit, but just to be self-sufficient. So the store itself is really being run as a public good, like all the other things the DAO.
Yeah, I see a question here. So yeah, the controller of the name can order the name. So you make sure that you are the controller of the name that you want to order. And just to add to what you said, Spencer, we are here connecting the traditional web commerce, Printful, and all of these old technologies and businesses into making it like possible to just use Web3 to get these things. And there might be some hiccups. So just, if you encounter any issues, just be kind to us and just let us know. We'll fix it. But otherwise, we hope that in future, this shop will introduce some new features, new things that haven't been seen in Web3. Some things that can even show us how cool this technology can be in ways that we didn't think of, just like POAPs do right now.
That's an incredible price point to have a fully embroidered custom hat delivered for around $35 or $36. It's wonderful. I mean, I'll tell you, Colfax, I had to fly to New York to get this hat, and I had to take him out to dinner. I mean, come on.
Oh, brother!
But that you're gonna go places, man. I believe it. Good on you,
brother.
$35.
Consider our pricing then.
I have this one here too, but now I'm going to replace this with my ENS. I just ordered mine. I'm super
Did you get
excited.
yours ordered? I just ordered mine too. I'm
so excited.
I'm taking it to ETH Denver this year.
Wait, share the link, or at least mention the link again to buy these hats.
Yeah, I'll go back to the spot. ENS merch.
ENS.xyz. There should be a post already over in the forum. Coltron does an incredible job. I think he was trying to time the announcement with a post over there. So if folks need that or want to give me feedback. But yeah, ENSmerch.xyz. Tomo, do you have any access in real time to see like how many of these are flying off the shelf? Just do the home shopping network. Can we get the counter in the corner? How many are left?
Let me see if my inbox is okay. I got already. This is like 20, 30 orders.
Hey, all right.
We got to get to 1,000.
Yeah. Well, it's not a number of hats; it's just orders. So there could be more hats in each of the orders. Yeah, let me see.
Great work, you and the General Magic team. You guys did an awesome job.
Yeah, good job.
Thanks, guys.
I also love you don't have to log in with anything but your wallet, to get started. So that's good.
Yeah, you sign in with Ethereum, which is the Web3 way. So thank you, Tomo. Thank you, 5 Pence. And then thanks everybody for ordering. So, and I could see some people are having a couple of problems here, but I'm sure we'll work through them. And yeah, just check it out. Give us feedback. I'm sure there's a Twitter account somewhere. But yeah, this is great. And then I think Spence was mentioning Coltron, and I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's ready to talk, but I'm gonna put him on the spot because I can do that. Are you free to chat, Coltron? Nope. Oh no.
That being said, is 10 characters too long for a hat?
I think 14 is the max, or 13 is the max.
13 characters without the .e.
I have an ENS address that's a private key. I was kind of hoping to have the it was so hard to get that address in there.
All right, we should make sure that we order 999 hats, but please leave one for 3 days from now. I don't have my wallet with me that's getPOAP.eth. I want to order that when I get home in 3 days. So everybody order, but if you're 999, please just wait. I'm just kidding.
Great.
All right. Well, that was great. Should we check in on the art? I think this is a good,
I was just peeking at it. It looks great. I regret to inform you that Fizz has lost his standing, but the ENS DAO logo is shining bright as intended, so it looks like it came together. Could probably use some tweaking, but it looks great. I'm loving the glasses on Grid Plus. What do you guys see?
Yeah, that gradient. I didn't see that yet. That looks good.
Yeah, I love, so my favorite thing about these canvases, and I don't believe the ENS DAO logo is being botted. It is possible that it is, but I love that, like when you kind of bring people's attention to it, that they just sort of like work together to correct it. Like everybody just kind of got out of the way and made it work. So I love that aspect of like community engagement.
Yeah, and I want to there's been 90,000 pixels placed, and like it's still going strong. I think at the beginning, like maybe 10 minutes in, it was like 1400 pixels per minute. Now it's still at 200 plus per minute. So that's sustained effort of people, or friendly bots are poking away at the canvas.
It's maintenance and defense now. Now is like when people just have to stand their ground until the canvas closes. Because it's not likely anyone else is going to get a firm footing. The only real space available is where it said ENS Vision that has kind of been corrupted. What do we know about that space? Any ideas?
Well, you know what? This might be a good opportunity to have ENS Vision chat. I don't know if they're in the audience. I think if you are, just speak up.
Looking at the canvas, it's clear to me why we couldn't get Coltron to respond to us.
He was alternately engaged.
Clearly,
we tried fighting him first,
but technically still participating in the call.
Fair enough.
ENS Vision must explain themselves. No, I'm playing. It was up there for a little while. You guys must have got attacked.
Yeah, they cause a lot of emotions in the community. Oh, there we go. Do you have something to present, or do you want me to give you control? I can't hear you, by the way. Yeah, it's not coming through. Okay, while we work through the technical difficulties, we'll see if there's anything cool to explore on the canvas in the meantime. Do you know what the egg is? Does that represent something? Because it's just so obvious on there and it's so well done, but I don't know if it's just an egg for egg's sake or it represents something.
I love that, an egg for egg's sake.
I found it. It's by a cactus and a star somewhere northeast of the ENS DAO logo.
I've been watching those 3 letters, the red letters with the yellow background change. I think it's been several different series of characters. I don't know what it was initially supposed to be. It's BAN now, right?
It's worth mentioning that this whole thing, you guys have probably seen this, but it plays back as like a time lapse of every pixel that was placed. So it's really fun to change things over time. Like I had my bot wink. I can't think of anything else that it should do, but it's always fun to see these things play out in real time. I guess sped up time.
Logic bot, Beach, I was just like excited to learn how to right click a pixel. You're telling me you're doing like a time lapse of your robot, of the lattice like blinking now. That's so, what's the word, meta? Is that what I'll say?
It's actually a built-in feature. It's after the whole, awesome. After it's done. You can actually mint time lapses of specific areas now. Maybe Isabel could explain that. I don't know much about it. I've seen it.
Lee.
So we've been playing around with a lot of things in POAP.art very recently, including the idea of being able to like mint, as Logic Beach said, particular sections of the canvas as its own like time-lapse NFT. And I think we've had some ideas of like the different things that we're able to do with this, including possibly sell them as art. But really the idea is just to give communities more tools to have fun with each other. I think especially when the canvases come out really nice, the way this one's coming out, it's pretty common that people wind up wanting a version of it to keep themselves, and we wanted to enable that.
Got it. Okay, so I see Jules.eth is in the comments, but before her, are you able to speak from ENS Vision? No, doesn't That doesn't seem like we hear you. Okay. All right. I'll hand it off to Jules. Thanks for posting, and tell a little bit about what and who you represent, because I'm sure not everybody knows.
Yeah, absolutely. I sorry, I am also going to share my screen. But I'm super excited to be here. Thanks so much, Lobo, for putting this together. Obviously, we've been able to work closely over the last year and see all of the amazing work that the stewards have done. So I am super excited to be here today and celebrating the 1 year of ENS DAO. Obviously, a lot can happen in 1 year. Also, just as a sort of PSA, I'm from the Metropolis team. I'm Jules.eth, co-founder of Metropolis. Metropolis is a permissions management layer for on-chain organizations. And our core product is pods, which are essentially legible building blocks for your DAO. ENS has used pods in their working group initiative. So I just wanted to show some of the work that has been going on there. Obviously, a big part of this too is that organizations are constantly evolving. I thought it would be nice to just show the ways in which ENS DAO has evolved over the last year. So this is sort of where ENS DAO started in their working group activity. Nick sort of called attention to some of this earlier. When the working group initiative was first passed, it was only 4 working groups, 11 stewards involved, and about 400K in funding, and those allocated to these working groups. And what's super cool to see is that this is where ENS DAO is today. So this is sort of like a spatial interface in which you can see and interact with the ecosystem developments that exist with ENS DAO. So pod.xyz/podarchy/ENS DAO. And it will take you to a live view of the ENS DAO podarchy. As you can see here in the middle, this is the governor contract. So this is actually the token holders that are participating obviously in this ecosystem and helping distributing funding and power out to these pods. Obviously, it's not just the pods, but also the people that make up these pods and that have been doing such amazing work over the last year. So we really wanted to highlight that. And if you go to, again, pod.xyz/podarchy/ENS DAO, you can view various lenses which take on-chain data and overlay that over these ecosystems. So in the membership lens, you can actually see who's a member of these pods, how long they've been members, and some of the more like dynamic rich data around that. But I think what's even more important to highlight is obviously there's been a year of distributing funding to support the DAO, as has already been called out. A lot of cool initiatives that are either underway or have already taken place in supporting a lot of amazing projects. So that's also a really cool lens in which you're able to view basically how pods enable this mechanism for fractionalizing your organization for more effective distribution and allocation of capital, which we can sort of see through this data layer of what we call the finance lens of the podarchy. So you can go to, again, pod.xyz/podarchy/ENS DAO and go to the finance lens. And you can see some of the ways in which funding moves throughout this ecosystem. So the total assets that have been spent, how funds move between pods, among pods, and again, just got like a greater idea of some of the activity that exists here. Again, the link to go view some of this information more granularly, I'm just giving a high level overview, is pod.xyz/podarchy/ENS DAO to get more granular data around ecosystem activity. But we're super excited to continue supporting ENS DAO's growth and development. I think it's really wonderful to see how ENS DAO has set a new standard of ecosystem activity and engagement. And, you know, I think this call is a wonderful celebration of everything that has been accomplished in the last year. So we're super thankful to work with the team here and super excited to continue growing. So happy anniversary to ENS DAO.
Thank you, Jules.
Nice.
Yeah, the canvas is getting quite filled in. Superfizz, have you been? I always just like I wanna catch Superfizz being distracted and call on him just like
I'm never distracted. I am following 63 things right now. I actually just enjoyed Jules's presentation, but yeah, I'm also checking out the canvas, but I'm actually at this moment more focused on ultrasound.money.
Look at that graph.
Yeah, we're about to touch negative issuance. And so to be honest, like I'm excited to have this canvas at the same time that's happening. It's a good kind of linked memory. So yeah, things are really exciting.
I should get the bat and the speaker emoji on this canvas.
There's a lot of turnover. I've noticed that the Git POAP logo has been, I don't know, it hasn't been lost. It's just been morphed.
I see people getting very artistic with it, and I was going to jump in, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to decentralization, baby. Let's see what they come up with. Yeah.
Maybe you'll get a free logo out of this.
Yeah.
Hey, what is the church looking thing above Rocket Pool?
That's the Guild XYZ logo.
Yeah.
Those guys are great.
Okay, got it. Good, got it.
I just recently used their bot to set up a POAP gated Discord channel, and their Discord bot just works. It's one of those rare times that nothing goes wrong and everything just worked perfectly. So yeah, great job on the Guild bot.
These are the guys we work with on the POAP call. That's the same folks? Oh, great. I love them.
Yep. Guild is a fantastic platform to distribute POAPs and to also, just set up a community for yourself. It's a very helpful tool. I think everybody should at least take a look at it.
Yeah, and I'm still a little confused about what's going on with the ENS vision. Like something has to come together there. That'll be the fun one to watch in the NP4 recap of like what has happened in that space for the past hour. But there's never been an unsuccessful canvas. Every canvas, like you put it out there and you give people the opportunity, and it just comes together and becomes something really awesome. And so I really love to see that.
I also want to highlight the little bird on the bottom left-hand corner. I know Tim from the Pulley folks is definitely organizing and painting that. Maybe you can let people know what that pulley actually represents and why it's important.
Yeah, that's our chibi pulley, and Pulley's our mascot. I'm stressed out still. I'm just like, wait, did somebody? No, I gotta go defend. This is my first one, so this has been really fun. And so yeah, we got a team on it right now. We're not using bots, we're using humans. And this is Pulley, our mascot, created by Oops came up with Pulley, and we had a Pulley NFT mint that helped support the lawsuit against Pull Together and paying those legal fees and defending DeFi, which Friends of Pulley came out of that as a new DAO based around the Pulley NFT. So yeah, we are featuring the whole saving value that we have at Pull Together. We got the little pool token there. We got our little Pulley, and we got a little bumblebee and some flowers. It's just a peaceful corner. It's just a wholesome corner of this beautiful canvas.
How many?
Thanks for having us. This is so exciting.
How many people on the call have a Pulley bird? I got one.
Whoa! You got to mint your PFers. If you have a Pulley, you get a PFer. So it's an MFer, but a Pulley.
What'd you call
So you
me?
got to mint that.
Ooh,
where do I go? Log in.
I'll drop a link in the chat. Yeah.
Here, I'll just log in real quick. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I love it. This is true alpha being dropped, so I'm happy.
That's right. If you got a Pulley.
Great. All right, I'm going to give ENS Vision a chance to speak if the mic system is working. Go ahead.
Yeah, it should be all right. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah, just introduce yourself and and then take it away.
Hi, I'm Furion. I'm one of the co-founders of ENS Vision, the ENS exclusive marketplace and a set of bulk tools, bulk register, bulk search, bulk renew, bulk listing, and so on, providing a lot of data from the ENS marketplace and aggregating to other marketplaces, exclusively ENS. Can I share a screen?
Yep, go ahead. We see it. Go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, congratulations to ENS DAO for 1-year anniversary. Without ENS development and without ENS DAO, ENS Vision would not exist. As I said, we are the first ENS exclusive marketplace, a project that started in March this year as a bulk search tool, and later on a bulk register tool, and finally in July, the exclusive marketplace. As you can see, a couple of the most important tools on ENS Vision: register, renew, transfer, gift ENS directly to another address, and aggregated ENS marketplaces to different NFT marketplaces. This is the complete .eth registration growth. We believe that ENS Vision actually contributed that since July to the end of the October. 37% of all ENS registrations were on ENS Vision. Also, we aggregate approximately 40% of total ENS trade volume on multiple marketplaces. Soon, we are preparing some more tools, some more features, and hopefully, continue supporting different clubs, the community clubs from Twitter and Discord, which we helped, establish and grow. So we do a lot of, cooperation with the community. We listen to a lot from the community, and hopefully soon we will be able to provide even more. So
Great.
I just thank you for having us. It feels like a little bit, getting to hang out with the all-star team. So I'm really happy and really honored to be with you today.
Great, thank you. And I think ENS Vision highlights how many different aspects there are of ENS and the holistic ecosystem, right? And the fact is, because it's a smart contract and anyone can interact with, ENS Vision built a bulk registration tool that then accounted for, I think I saw 37% of all registrations, which I'm guessing is probably like 500,000, something like that off the top of my head.
Yeah, approximately. I would like to thank one of our core founders, LCFR.eth, Lucifer, for his participation in and writing that bulk register contract. Also working with helping out ENS development with he received already one reward for founding for a bounty reward for founding a bug. So we try to get involved as much as possible, because ENS is the foundation we build upon. So it makes sense to get involved as much as possible. It's not all about the money. It's actually building something with great foundations, and we can build like without stopping for the next couple of years on ENS, not worrying about any insecurities. ENS is definitely #1 utility in Web3.
I love that. Thank you. And I think I just want to highlight that. So one of ENS's visions, team members found and improved a smart contract, like a contract that's going to be launched by the ENS DAO related to the name wrapper. And I think that's like the positive feedback loop that happens, is that there are different companies with their own motivations, right? The ENS Vision is a for-profit company. ENS is a public good. They're building on it. But then it's not perfectly separated. People are people, and they're going to help where they can. So I think it's important to know that, you know, it's a big ecosystem and different people help in different ways.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Of course, we would like to announce the upgrade of the Nifty chat on ENS Vision, and you forgot to say that. And well, soon in the next couple of months, the premium sniper will be out as well.
I think I didn't even know that was out. That's why I say it. So I actually check it out, and then I can do a better job sharing that.
Yeah, this is the announcement for the next couple of days, maybe a week, and after that, of course, the sniper, and we're all waiting for the subdomain wrapper. So it's going to be a fun and working winter.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great. Let's take a look at the canvas again. How are the battles going?
It's just good versus evil now. Good versus chaos.
Wait, I was gonna say, which one is good and which one is evil? Aren't they kind of like?
It's like positive and negative on a magnet. Neither, we really don't know why one's the other or which is which.
It's positive
we're
versus
really close
negative.
to
Yeah.
being ultrasound right now, but also I decided to conscript some pixel placing power to ENS Vision. I'm helping you guys. I think they came out real strong, and then I don't know how many people are placing pixels for ENS Vision, but they got attacked. I don't know by who or what's going on over there, but
It was
helping out.
No offense to the attacker, but it was a sloppy attack. Like they didn't really seem to have what they wanted to do in mind, right?
Yeah, just a second, please. A real shout out to my team fighting Pixel Wars right now.
Live action Pixel Wars.
Yeah, I mean, whoever was attacking ENS Vision they weren't trying to draw something else. It didn't seem. They were just like spamming you guys. Hey, all's fair, I guess. This is permissionless. Let's see what happens.
It's a great looking canvas. Very
my colleague
with it.
Blitz, he goes by Blitz. He put some gradient glasses on this lattice over here, and I just think it's so good. Something we say is grid plus or grid life or grid plus lifestyle, and that's definitely what it looks like. I also want to shout out to Coltron, who completely denied us putting our logo on the top, which is where we planned it.
Logic, I really love the gold tooth in the grid plus happy face.
I didn't even see that. That's hilarious. Yeah. Nice one, Doug. Oh no.
No.
Yeah, it's hashtag GPL1SCHW.
Oh man.
Which is a Grid Plus Lattice One secure crypto hardware wallet for short.
That's the life. That's the ENS for the lifestyle.
That's the lifestyle.
I like that Coltron got his name on there. That's impressive. And then we got like
it's got gradient.
That's good job on him. Oh, and then we got General Magic on the left hand side at like so many different projects here.
I love the fried egg. Sunny side up.
The little Pooly bird in the bottom left is really good. I hadn't seen that yet. I heard you guys talking about it. And also the ENS DAO block letters. That's also really cool.
Is the Pooly hands done or generated?
I'm sorry, which?
The Pooly.
I don't know.
Tim said it was hand generated.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
that's awesome.
I had to defend. I was defender, and then we had 3 people on the dot, drawing and such. But I was
not only is it awesome, it's incredibly awesome for being hand done. So congratulations.
It's well,
thanks for pointing it out. Now I feel like an attack is coming.
Yeah.
Now that you've talked about it, there's too much attention.
I'll help defend.
Awesome.
I don't know. I always feel like people in the community are very like willing to support the good of the canvas. So like it's beautiful art, and like all we have to do is say, hey, please don't tinker with that. Because I mean, look at the ENS DAO logo. Like it came together just because we encouraged people to do good work. So we're not all anarchists.
What is that banana thing supposed to? Whoever is writing up there has not had a break the entire time.
That
Up at the
was
top
somebody
right.
else's. That did say something like CCS or something, and then it got hijacked, and now it's Banaro.
Banano?
Banano. Banano. Yeah, they're a community based on Nano. They're also pretty big fans of POAP. POAP. Wow, someone got me saying POAP.
Logic.
Well,
There's
I
been a
guess I'll
couple
jump
of
in and help.
there's been a couple of questions in the YouTube about minting the canvas. I know you talked about that, but I don't know if you want to call it out again for the folks that are.
I know it's an option. It's a little bit out of my experience. I've never minted it. I always just sort of screen grab the time lapse, and I don't ever mint them, but I share them around. The POAP team themselves might do something like that. And I know that I think people themselves, if they go to app.poap.art, it also gives you the option to make NFTs out of sections, and it makes the
Yes.
time lapse of that section. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll find a link to the announcement that they made pretty recently around doing exactly that. So you can take a section of the canvas and then mint as an NFT a time lapse of all the pixels that were placed. So in fact, it's like particularly cool for memorializing like pixel wars and sort of seeing the evolution of a particular thing. So I'm going to find the link for exactly how to do that. And I don't know if it's enabled by default right away or if it'll be enabled a little bit afterwards. But yeah, I'll find some more information. I'll drop it in the chat.
It's amazing all of the nonverbal communication in this game. Like when someone starts kind of taking over your boundary, I put like one color block in their thing just to be like, I'm here, I see you. It's a very fun game. I feel like I'm making like alliances with people I don't know, where it's like when someone helps me protect my border, I'll jump on theirs and help protect theirs. It's very fun. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's what I found.
Gingy, good to see you.
And what does the leaderboard look like at the bottom, right? And we have, doesn't the leaderboard show how many pixels we've got or who's placed the most pixels?
Yeah, we
yes,
do. So
yes, that is a feature. I don't know how accurate it is right now. You will get accurate numbers at the end after the servers are done being hammered from people placing pixels.
Yambo.eth is number 5, which is
Man, I've been here for a long time.
Yambo.
Slaving
How you been,
away.
man? The Pixel Slayer.
I played some defense. I played some offense. You know, I got an assist from Coltron.
Hey, Yambo, good to see you.
It's great to see you as well.
I recognize some names in the top 10 for sure. I'm not even in it. I'm ashamed.
Yeah, I'm just trying to place at least a couple of. I'm 188 just because it's hard to place pixels and like follow the action. So it's more fun, or it's more fun when like Superfizz or the only one of these I attended was the Get POAP one, and I just kind of sat back, put a couple pixels. I'm like, oh, Colfex is talking or Patricia is talking. This is great. This is fun. Just can relax, carve out my little niche, and fight the battles. But it's like a whole different level when you're trying to talk to everybody.
Yeah, when you're hosting, it's much harder to focus on your true responsibility, which is placing pixels.
Thank you. I was like, I hope he acknowledges like the real goal is pixels. Whenever we're doing a really important call, I'm like, I just want to get a few pixels in, but it's hard.
What is the object to the I guess bottom left of ENS DAO? Kind of looks like a little synthesizer, red and blue. Does anyone know? All right, I'll take that as it is a synthesizer, and I'm gonna lean into that. I'm gonna turn whatever that is into a synthesizer. It looks like it, right? It looks like piano keys, kind of upside down though.
Where are you talking about?
It's a red and sort of sky blue. It looks like a keyboard kind of. It's below the ENS DAO logo in the center. Above something says 2223.eth.
Yeah, no idea what that is.
Interesting.
It does look a little like piano though.
Yeah.
I found some information on the lapse feature. So it looks like after this canvas is closed, there will be, if you come back to the same URL, there will be a button at the bottom for creating a lapse. And you can sort of carve out your section of the canvas and you'll be able to mint that as an NFT, and it'll be a cool little thing. So check that out once the canvas closes.
Is Coltron back on? I don't know if I see him or not. Oh, there we go. Did he just join? Coltron, did you just literally join? I called you out and then you just appeared.
Yeah, I had a feeling that might have been the case, so I decided to join back up. How's it going?
Well, we're like linked, so this is great. So why don't you share what you have to share?
So, well, what did I miss? What's because I've been gone. Was on another call to jump out. But did I miss anything super relevant? I know we talked about the fellowship program. Abscess hit that. Then I left shortly during that. Was anything else relevant covered in the news?
Do Kwon is buying Binance, who bought FTX.
Yeah, we're going ultrasound. That's happening as well. The canvas is filled up. The merch store is launched. ENS Vision spoke. GitPoApp spoke. I mean, I think the question is like, what didn't you miss? The only thing you didn't miss is what you have to say. So
yeah, cool.
Which is so about.
I think what I got then is that we are doing another gas-free delegation period. We did this last, I believe, May. We're looking at making this kind of a standard thing. So the month before we have a large voting period with elections and the turn of the year, we're looking at doing a free delegation or a gas-free delegation period. So that's going to kick off, I believe, today. I think it's active. I funded the wallet last night. So if you go to delegate.ens.domains, and I haven't tested it yet, so I could be rugging everyone. But if you go there, your gas fees, and you delegate there or redelegate, your gas fees will be reimbursed. And this is really just to reduce the friction of governance. I think it's maybe a little bit less. I mean, gas is cheap right now, so it's not that big of a deal. But I think just the kind of that signal that we're reducing the cost for the people to move their votes around is just symbolically, I think, really great. That's my super big DAO relevant news. Right? I mean, awesome. Because this is like the anniversary of the vote, right? So this is as Brantley has said in the past, you airdrop responsibility, and this is really the anniversary of that responsibility. So highly significant. And I thought I saw him. I don't know if he's still around.
Where?
I saw him in the beginning. He popped in for a little bit.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, I'm here. I'm just listening.
Hey Brantley, you had a super great tweet this morning. I think if people haven't seen it yet, they should also go check it out. I think it was retweeted from the DAO account as well, but kind of highlighting the importance of the DAO. So appreciate that support there. Obviously, this board is getting really fun. I feel like I left and I came back, and it looks way more put together.
I will say yours has been attacked a couple of times, and there may or may not have been some guardian angels out there.
I saw yours. I think it's Yambo speaking. I saw yours and Jinji's both next to the two names next to the grid plus. Zapper is getting attacked, and I was trying to defend those as well. So
I got a DM from JT, and he was like, red alert, help with the grid plus one, and I was on it.
You were, man. Nice. Thank you. Now Yambo and Lattice One are connected at the hip.
And it's a great, very styling lattice.
And I'm thinking that with ultrasound money being 150 away, I was thinking that maybe it makes sense to, as the battles kind of are dying down a little bit, maybe we close the canvas in 5-10 minutes, and then that'll give us enough time to transition, because I'm sure a lot of us are going to transition to the whatever's going on there. I don't know, Superfizz. I'm just talking without having any idea what's going to happen next.
It is. I hate to say it's a foregone conclusion, because for anyone who knows ETH finance history, when the last pump we got to 4,800, and everyone in ETH finance was so certain we were going to 5K, we began celebrating that we were going to 5K, and so that is lore of ETH finance, don't count your chickens before they hatch. All of that to say, it looks like we're very likely to go into negative ETH issuance in the next few minutes even. And so what will happen is the ETH Staker team and anyone else is obviously welcome to join. We'll start a new Zoom call and we will go live on the ETH Staker YouTube channel, and we will celebrate negative ETH issuance with Justin Drake and maybe some Ethereum researchers, because this is kind of a milestone. It's the fruition of of us cutting all of that issuance to miners and really becoming ultrasound money. So it's a huge deal for all of us.
And then the price will go to negative 5K and we'll still celebrate. We are in it for the tech.
And the POAPs and the ENS names and the Git POAPs and the names and all the other stuff. I don't know. So I think I'm announcing it so people have a chance. I'm closing the canvas in 9 minutes. So if you want to battle,
God.
just like Ginger's like, I can't take this anymore.
It's so stressful.
I gotta click. So you got,
I'm trying to
9
catch
minutes.
back up. I want to be a top 10 place, and I'm trying to catch back up, and I'm just like painting white square places.
I feel like this is like the adult version of video games back when you're a kid. You're like, Mom, I'll clean my room in a little bit. Like I'm slaying dragons here.
Is that not still how people play video games as adults?
I don't know. I gave
That's
up.
how I play it.
Slobo, what's the top 10 board look like?
Yambo, and Yambo.
I'm not going to look because I'm busy,
Okay, Yambo is, let me refresh it. Like maybe that's what I got to do. Let's see. Hopefully these servers aren't
I haven't
crying.
been placing pixels for like 15 minutes, so I'm kind of surprised.
Oh, I think it's because I haven't refreshed it in a while. Yeah, you're nowhere near in the top 10. Like we got at number 10, we got knowhow.eth. We got names that I'm not going to try to read because that's going to be funny. And the number 1 is, I'm not going to pronounce that either because that's just not going to do me any well. But yeah, the top pixel maker is 3,300 and the top 10 is 1,700. So I don't know how many pixels a second that was in placing. And the number of pixels per minute right now is 840. Oh, it's actually ramping up because I just said it's now 900, 950. Oh, I can actually see the numbers just skyrocket as people are sensing the end and of the canvas. Okay, and while that's closing out, I do want to show one of my most favorite demos of ENS that I've seen in the last like 3 months. Hopefully Z80 is still on here, who is a contributor that came out of nowhere, started talking to Makoto at DEF CON and then got to present. So if you're on here and you're ready with this unceremonious kind of introduction, Z80, why don't you take the stage and show your Google sheet, or if you want to, you can look it to me and I can share it as well.
So I want to try to demo from mobile because I've been doing that in person, and I think it really illustrates like how quick and easy it is, and I think it's super cool. But let's see if this works. Let me share my screen. Start broadcast. 2, 1. All right, can everyone? Can everyone see my screen right now?
Yep, we can see your screen.
Cool. So here's the spreadsheet, right, where I'm basically storing data that we use a CCIP to query, and we can use that to store ENS names, which is super cool. So I can right now, let's say I go to Rainbow Wallet, and I want to generate a new. So I can generate a new address real quick. Here's a new wallet. No name, this one, right? And right away copy this address and come over here. And let's say I wanted to use .sheetns.eth, right? And then I can just store an address here. And now when I switch over back to Rainbow Wallet and switch over to a wallet that actually has some funds in it, I can go ahead and type in here demo.sheetns.eth, and it results to that same. I guess I pasted the wrong address. I pasted the one that already had funds in it. But the point is, Any data that gets entered into that spreadsheet becomes live data that you can query from any wallet that supports CCIP. And at this point, it's pretty well integrated. So it works across the board pretty much anywhere. And that works not just with addresses, but also with text records like email, Twitter accounts, URLs that can point to a website that you can then resolve through your browser, Telegram, etc., without any gas costs, without any limits to how many subdomains you can generate. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. But yeah, super happy to have worked on it, learned a lot of cool stuff. And yeah, I'm always trying to come up with cool new ENS related projects and ideas. So anyone who needs a developer to hop on, I'm happy to need your help.
Yeah, that is amazing, and that is the power of the name wrapper, CCIP, and all the stuff that is possible. And this is just the beginning, and I can't imagine where it's going to be in a year. So I found this to be the most impressive demo because it really adds more flexibility. And for example, we could have added, ENS Paint Party this moment, added another text record, added an email, and that kind of power with that instant resolution is, I think, is still underappreciated by the community and even people working on ENS. I think that is what makes me the most bullish on it. So with 3 minutes left, I'm going to hand it to maybe either Logic Beach or Superfist to talk about the canvas, because they have the more experience here to see to get that last minute battle going.
It looks something's going on the right side. What do you see, Logic Beach?
Yeah, there's some definite wars going on, and I'm glad that I don't even say it because I don't want it to hit us. But yeah, we're really close to the border of that skirmish going on. It looks like Banana was getting attacked big time between the red and the black over there. That's gonna be fun to see play out in the time lapse. I just wanted to shout out to all the people. I'm not gonna say all the names because that'll take forever, but all the people that just piled in and actually started coordinating before, right now, and a couple hours leading up to this, that was awesome. I always try to get communities coordinated, and usually I have a hard time getting anyone to start planning their art with much lead time before the canvas. But this time I want to say that all the communities got together into their guilds and just with days in advance. So that was awesome. A lot less stressful.
I feel like POAP.art is building steam. People are beginning to look forward to them, and they want to plan in advance to do their thing. But this what we're seeing today is kind of a new development, which is I think you said it was Banano on the right. They had been there and stable through the whole canvas, and then as soon as Slowbo announced closing, looks like they went to war mode to
time the attack.
At first I thought it was a
ninja close.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure if I don't know. It's a really interesting outcome. I'm curious to learn what's behind it.
I feel like anytime there's a massive amount of coordination that I don't understand, it comes from Twitch somehow.
Does that mean you should go to Twitch, right?
No.
Twitch does POAP.art. That's our future.
So we've been expecting to go ultrasound this entire call, and I see gases dropping now. Are we going to is it going to tease ultrasound or negative issuance? Because ultrasound is anytime we're in negative supply growth. But
I think it's extremely likely. Just looking at that graph, I don't think we're gonna go back into positive issuance anytime soon.
Yeah. So
it's
if anyone's
too hard.
doing any transactions soon, just set your gas price really high and just make this happen
for the good of everybody here.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's appropriate to pump it on this call because it's not the right forum, but Logic Beach does have an idea for going ultrasound. So maybe look at his Twitter if you're interested, and he will share his really interesting idea for going ultrasound. But like I said, it's not really appropriate for this call, but it is a fun idea.
It's fun. It's just a cheesy thing. You could just send 0 ETH to yourself, but set the gas really high. Let's get there.
Oh, I love it.
If somebody just wanted to burn 145 ETH in one transaction, we'd be there. See, that's what it takes.
I can't volunteer as tribute, otherwise I would.
What a great canvas, though. It is so awesome.
Is it locked?
No,
locked?
it's well, now is the time. we did meet the time, and I guess somebody just clicked the button because I don't see anything updating anymore.
Yep, it's done. It's locked.
Hooray!
What a great canvas.
Beautiful, guys.
Wow. So that was incredible. I'm so happy with all the support and all the people who got like logos placed, all the conversations that were happening. I mean, we started this call with like 40 people on the Zoom call and maybe 80 folks streaming. And then we've had over 250 people like placing pixels. There was almost 100, like we almost got to 140,000 pixels placed. I personally placed 67, so I'm obviously a key contributor to the art of this canvas. I'll do better next time. But I'm so thrilled, and I will thank for all the people who spoke, starting with Nick.eth and for all the contributions, because none of us would be here without Nick being one of the founders of being the founder of ENS. Dom from the team telling us about how they're thinking about it. So thank you, Nick. Thank you, Dom. Thank you for the POAP team for giving us the opportunity to have this canvas. Thank you for Superfizz and Eat Staker for hosting and doing all the technical stuff. I have no idea how this thing was streamed, but it seemed to work. I don't really understand how the canvas was set up. That seemed to work. To me, it was effectively magic, and that magic was done because of the great people like Logic Beach and Superfizz.
He's the guy that made the stream happen.
Yeah,
Shout out.
Invetica the samurai.
All right. And then Nixo was silent, but would make like these really tiny suggestions that would just make everything easier. So don't think I forgot about you. So I appreciate the support there as well. Thanks for Tomo from ENS merch shop.xyz, 5 cents for facilitating that. Furran from ENS Vision, and all the people who've participated today. This has been amazing. I'm going to start ramping this up. If someone really wants to say something, go ahead and raise your hand. Talk about Ultrasound Money, talk about ENS. But I think we should close it down while the meeting is going well.
It's so cool. This happened on the most eventful day in Ethereum, like in months. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna show real quick. So it's at Slobo, like you said, it's a collaborative. There was a lot of hands and talents for the stream, but I do want to thank you for pushing this forward. The stream would not have happened with all of the coaxing and coordination yourself and getting this coordinated and the right players put together. So appreciate you pushing everything forward on your end as well.
My pleasure to serve the DAO and all you fine folks. And then I did forget about Coltron, because him and I, we just work in tandem. So I feel like we're one and the same sometimes. He was instrumental for helping. Does it work that if I basically say done, you'll stop the stream? Is that how it works? Is that the power?
Before you do that though, can I drag on for like, can I just drag it on? No,
yeah, go ahead.
So there's a cool feature with this whole thing, and I don't know if we've like glossed over it, but you can select the part of canvas you really like, and you can make a time lapse, and then you can mince it. So just I want to highlight that. I'm doing that right now, so just like want to like throw that out there before everyone like leaves the canvas forever.
But they're not going to leave it forever, because it's going to be recirculated and promoted elsewhere. So that, thanks everybody. Thanks for supporting ENS. Thanks for everybody. Let's end the stream here. Thank you, Envetica. I'm happy for those to be my last words there. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Happy anniversary, ENS DAO.